Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today, it's another special day. Today's Thursday, the time of this recording, which means it's Tangle Time Day. If you don't know, I do classes, sessions, almost twice weekly. Every Thursday I do, and I do two sessions every Thursday, unless there's some weird schedule thing, and then I just find a different day. We can't go without our Tangle time once a week, or twice a week if you come to both. And every so often, we have some fantastic artists in our community that create beautiful tangles, and we've shared some not too long ago. So today was another world premiere day. We are premiering HHuGz by Debbi Minero, and I will just let you read the description of the tangle. I'm just very, very honored, and I have no words. But so you can read the story. It's in the description section where it says for more inspiration, and then you'll see some of Deb's samples and her step out, which always includes a number of variations, ways to play with the tangle. Just absolutely fantastic. She does such a wonderful job, and anyway, this was a great one. All right, so we shall start, and it starts off with a V. And again, take a look at the description section because you could formulate this different. And I'll show you the samples from what I did. Let's see. This one, I think I'm going to go on the corner. Yes. All right. So starting off kind of with a V. So curve line going one direction, curve line going the other direction. Oh, if I do that in the corner, it really keeps me a little bit policed as far as my lines go. Some of them went, well, they go how they go, and then it's all right. Then we have fun with it. All right, now this next step, it's kind of a triple C-shaped curve line, like that. There's a couple ways you can do it. I'm going to do it my way, and then I'll tell you some of the other ways that if you have trouble with something like this, that you might do it. I'm starting at one end, and I'm just doing a curve line again, and using the natural curve when you plant your hand down here, and then use the natural curve. So I'm coming this way, and I kind of stop about halfway, well, about what looks like halfway from that angle, and then we do the big one, and then I continue on. And sometimes I miss like that, and it's okay. So actually there's a couple ways you could do it. You could do curve line here, leaving a nice gap, and then do a big C-shaped curve line. Or what Mom did on our session today, she eyeballed the center, put a dot, and then did kind of like the V shape, and did it in two halves. So that's an option too. I like to give options so that way if you're having trouble, I never know how anyone's going to have a challenge with something, and we're all different. So that's why I throw as many ideas out there as possible. All right, then we're going to do a flux shape. That's what we call it. You could call it a teardrop tethered orb. So I'm going to start here, and it's going to kind of float above this. I'm going to start here. I'm coming up. You can go up as high as you want, go out as far as you want, and then coming back like so, almost auraing this curve. Yeah, and that, of course, you don't have to do. I'm going to do one on either side, like that. And then we'll add another one on top. I think this one I'm going to tuck in. There's a lot of different ideas on how you could do this as well. Mine's going to end up like that. Yeah. And then, well, Deb puts in her step out a nice, and I'm going to put a nice orb up here in the center, just kind of fill that space. In my mind, I'm working to keep a similar distance between the things, and that's one of those up to you. Oh, I didn't leave too much room here on the side, but we'll get the little muka frond in here, and that is, it's going to be a skinny one. So kind of a curved line. Oh, it'll be like that. And then as if you're going to say go into a spiral, you go up so far, and I just stop there. And then I would do it in one motion though. So stop at some point like that, and then come back down and meet at that point. And I'm going to do one over here as well. There we go. They're squishies. Squished in there. All right, then, did I do this out of order? I did. With the orb, and it doesn't matter because one thing doesn't hinge on the other. And because Deb loves to have lots of options in there, you don't have to do what I'm going to do next. You can leave this open like that. But what she has in her step out is just a nice little line coming from that corner, and then coming from this corner down into the center. And then my favorite bit is the line dot dots in these flux shapes. And for those that don't know, flux is a tangle. And this is more of Rick's flux. Because what I love about, one of the many things that I love about Zentangle is Rick and Maria they have their own styles, just like we have our own styles. I attribute it like handwriting. We all learn similar ways to form our letters when we're first learning how to write. And then our own style kicks in, or we have an idea. I'm going to make my A's like this, and how whatever the thought process is, if there even is one, and it's just really neat. So like this is more of Rick's Muka fronds because they're more bulbous, and Rick's flux is more like this where they're the individual leaves. But check it out. I know I think I just have Rick's flux. I don't know if I did both of them on my video. I'll have to go back and check, and so that way I'll give even time. I know the Muka, I did share both of them, and you can always find them on. You can search Zentangle and find it on their YouTube channel as well. So, this is the basic tangle, and then it's just a matter of decorating and having fun. Now, in my little Mukas, I like to put a little C shape there, and like that gives it a little bit of depth. And let's see. I think I'm just going to do shading on this one because I can show you some of the other stuff that we did. And let's see, how do I want to do? Well, I'm going to start with the stuff that I know. Along with doing that little C shape, a lot of times we'll like to add a little graphite in that same area. You can see this has a lot of graphite on it. I probably didn't even need to do anything. Yeah, it's a little dark, but that's okay. So somebody's just at that tip. You know what? I'm going to do this just because I feel like it needs it there. All right. And then let's just make this all curvy. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to add some graphite to the outside here. If you have a challenge with deciding where to put the graphite, one place to start is where things converge. You can do an outside edge. Where things converge is a great place to start. And actually, I'm going to put a little bit more down there. And then, like on an edge like this. And so I'm going to bring this graphite in towards the center a little bit. I'm doing kind of a combination of a little bit of circles and a little bit of back and forth because I don't want to bring it in too far. I'm working on a 2-inch by 2-inch bijou tile. And when you don't have a lot of room, you got to kind of be careful so you don't end up with the graphite remorse. And if you want to, and I'm looking for the curve, but you can really see the grains of that in the tile. Still looks neat. All right, and then, let's do this on the inside because I'm picturing this. This is behind these two. You could do it the other way. It's completely up to you. So let's just put some. I'm putting a little bit heavier graphite there. And actually, all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, it looks like an ice cream cone. Sort of. I'm gonna add something else to that side, which maybe I'll just do it right now. There we go. Just a little bit of white gel pen, and for my little flux shapes, same thing in the place where they all converge, and then I'm going to put a little bit on the outside. Let's see, let's do these. Because I want to have that, give it some motion, if you will, make it bendy. Mm-hmm. And I have a little. I don't like seeing a pencil line. I like creating a gradient as much as I can. And I was seeing this pencil line right in there, so that's why I was going back. Neat, neat, neat. Oh, and let's do this kind of on the inside, maybe a little bit more dark on one side, because it's neat to put the graphite on the edge. That's an effect. Doing it like this too, where you have it a little bit away from, so you can see the effect that creates too. It's really, really neat. It's so much fun to play with this, and it's just so neat. I like it, but I'm feeling like I need to add like 2 more orbs because there's just this empty space here. Can't have that. And I'll do the same thing, sorta. It's sometimes you do this where you just start with a little C shape, and then as you spread the graphite, just bring it around, because then the heaviest is going to be over here still, and you don't have to think about it. That's what I like, not being an artist, not not trained. I know everybody says, "Oh yes, you are." Yes, but no. Zentangle artist, I'll go that far, but not being trained in things, and not that it's not a bad thing. It's just so, to me, it's fascinating to learn these things, and now it's opened up the whole world of art. For me, because now I'm like, oh, I can look at a painting and appreciate it more than like, okay, yeah, that's nice, and move on. But it's just neat. But yeah, I have no words. It's just so cool, and to be able to do something that looks like somebody else created it is also quite a hoot. All right, I think I'm going to leave it at that because it's kind of neat. And I was debating on this top edge, but I'm gonna leave it. I am indeed. And then you could always do things like you know what, I could do that here. We could do it with a little drop shadow. Ooh, I could do over here too. Look at that. And that's one way to get some of the graphite off of your tortillon. All right. Oh, so this was fun. Let me show you what we did earlier. So you can also have this. Oh, let me back that up. Ooh, that was awful big. You could do this having all of these points in, starting in towards a center, like that. And so that's what I did on this one, and added some color. This one I did a traditional Rix Muka in there. I'm not sure if I'm quite finished with it. I do see some things that I want to do all of a sudden, like add some yellow in the center of this because that's just looking awful stark. Yeah. And apparently I'm going to do it now because it was bothering me, and I have stuff left on this tortilla. Yeah, that helps. Yeah, totally. All right, so that was fun, and then I decided I used a prep tile that has some neat shimmery. Oh, there you can kind of see that purple in there. Um, and so I decided I just was going to do it in white and kind of use the Zenbossing technique, and so that's what I did here. And I'm feeling like, oh no, maybe, well, no, we'll add a little touch of graphite. I don't have any graphite on this. I used colored pencil that oddly matched the stuff I used to prep the tile. So yeah, still not completely done. I have more pearls I want to add just because they look so neat. And but yeah, lots of fun that you can have with this. Lots of fun. And if you are interested in seeing what everybody did on the sessions, make sure to go to my website. Link is in the description. And subscribe to my blog so that way when I get the recap done, I will send that out and you will be of the first to get it because that's how I list it. If you subscribe to the YouTube channel here, then you'll when I post the class, you'll see the replays get posted. But I put all of that in a recap and send that out. So along with because we take screenshots and then I will get close-up pictures of everybody that wants to send it to me of their work, and so that way it's easier to see, and it's just so much fun. So many different takes on this tangle, and that's what's neat because it gives you ideas, and sometimes it's ideas not even necessarily for the tangle that we're doing. It could be for something else. We just add it to our mental toolbox in our head, our tangle toolbox. So really, really fun. So I already mentioned subscribing. I hope that you liked it enough to subscribe and see more. If you liked it, click the like button too. That helps. Leave comments, share it. All of those things I appreciate greatly because it helps with the algorithms and helps to get my videos out in front of more people. And I appreciate that. And they will too, even if they don't know you. So, I mentioned the description section, links to step-outs. I always do my own version. Mine is a very simplified version. And then I, of course, put the for more inspiration. So I point to the creator of the tangle. And like I said, Debs is so fantastic. What else do we have there? Oh, if you happen to be on Facebook, I have a link to my page. So if you want to follow me there, I already mentioned classes because that was the whole topic. Those things are on my website and on the Facebook page. And lastly, if you want to hang out with a bunch of crazy, wonderful Tangle addicts, we do have a private Facebook group. Would love to have you join us there. I do have 4 question statements. I think it's 4 for entry. So just as a warning, because I really hate hitting the decline button, but I want to set the right tone for our group, and that is what helps. So yeah, I think that's everything. Thanks so much for watching, and have fun with this, and I wish you happy tangling.